getting a Lord Guinness and we sip champagne. What was you in the freezing cold? I was pouring.
Welcome to Live and Rising here in O'Connell's, Galway. My name is Leon Diop. I'm part of the Black and Irish team, and we're absolutely thrilled to be teaming up with Guinness to bring Live and Rising to such an iconic city, a city that's full of culture, and that is Galway City. So we're going to do a little bit of a panel on the Black and Irish experience in Ireland, just having a little bit of a chat about our heritage, what it's been like for us in Ireland as Black and Irish people, and also how our heritage and stuff like that has influenced our creativity and our kind of cultural outputs and stuff like that. So to the left of me are some incredible people. A bush has gone flying there. I hope everyone is safe. That's it. It's not the Windy City. We're not in Chicago at the minute. But on my left, we have some incredible people. To my far left, we have Bob and Lays from the incredible organization World Black Culture. They're an incredible organization teaching black culture from all around the world, and they're both from Brazil. You know, and doing absolutely incredible things. In the center here, we have the incredible Mitchell Okeke. He's a member, or he's part of the thriving Galway creative scene and has been such a key influencer in that scene. So I'm delighted to have him on the panel as well. And to my immediate left, we have the incredible Toshin, a superstar. So I'm absolutely delighted to be sitting on a panel with these incredible people, having a conversation about our heritage, what it's like for us as Black Irish people, and how our creativity has been influenced by our culture and by our heritage. So I'm going to immediately start with Toshin. So Toshin, how are you? How are you keeping?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Blessed, highly favoured.
That's good. Always, always. So we'll start with yourself. Tell us a little bit about your heritage and maybe your experience growing up as a black person in Ireland.
Yeah, so I am obviously Nigerian. I moved to Ireland when I was 3 years old, and I grew up in Dundalk. So yes, Monda town. So yes, grew up. I moved to Ireland when I was 3. So I don't want to say I'm quarter Nigerian, but I do want to say I'm probably a bit more Irish than I am Nigerian.
Okay.
And I haven't been back to Nigeria since I moved.
Oh, wow.
And that was like 23 years ago.
Right.
So, you know, I'd literally like be on the phone to like maybe like the credit union, and then they'll be like, "What's your name?" And I'd be like, "Toshin." And they'd be like, "Oh, I thought you were like an Irish woman." I was like, "No, I am still an Irish woman." Yeah. But I just have a touch of Nigerian.
Yeah.
Do you know? So that's kind of my heritage and my
Brilliant.
background.
No, super. And then over to yourself, Mitch. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your heritage.
So, first of all, my name is Mitchell, but my traditional name is Chidebere. So if you know about Nigerian culture, you could tell that's a Nigerian name. So I do come from Nigeria. I was born in Lagos, but I am Igbo by origin. I've lived in Ireland for, a number of years now. Let's just say this. I first came to Ireland in the 80s as a toddler.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I've always had a relationship with Ireland, and that just stems from my parents, and now it rolls over to me, and and we're
Brilliant.
here now.
100%. Thank you so much. And then over to yourselves at World Black Culture. Tell us a little bit about your heritage and what it was like for yourself growing up in Brazil and then moving to Ireland.
So my name is Rafael, aka Bob. I'm Brazilian. So about my heritage. Oh my God.
Heritage.
Heritage. So I grew up in a country that is really looks like no, but it's really racist. I used to study in a private school, and there I used to study with loads of white people, and I didn't feel I was black. I discovered I was black about when I saw a photo together with the guys in class, and I told to my mom, they took me off the photo, how they could do that? And she looked in my eyes and said, "You are black, you are here." Since that, I start to understand why my friends used to do loads of jokes with me. Why my teacher of English put me in the back of the class.
Yeah.
So since that, I start to understand more about black culture, I started to fight more about it. So I brought this in my life, and I started to do social project in Brazil. And now, me, Laís, we start to do this in Ireland. Oh, so I came to Ireland 5 years ago. I used to say 3 years because COVID took for us 2 years.
Yeah.
So I come to learn English, and now I'm here with you guys doing
Brilliant.
this amazing project.
And we're absolutely delighted to have you here. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
And Lays, would you like to share a little bit about your journey from Brazil to Ireland as well? I understand you're going
Say
to.
about your life before why you come to Ireland. Yes.
So Lays is going to speak in Portuguese, and Bob is going to translate part of her journey.
I
as
want
well.
to try my best. Okay. About como você, a sua herança, o que você trouxe do Brasil para cá, sobre a sua herança no Brasil e o seu caminho, a sua trajetória para a Irlanda.
O que eu tenho de herança no Brasil,
Isso, a sua trajetória do Brasil para a Irlanda.
Meu nome é Laís. My name is Laís. Eu tive uma vida no Brasil. Eu venho de periferia, de uma família humilde, pobre.
She came from the ghetto of Brazil, a poor family.
Meus pais analfabetos.
My parents don't know how to write or read.
Venho de uma família de miscigenação. Minha mãe é branca, meu pai preto.
My family is mixed. My dad is black, my mom is white. Yeah.
Então, a lembrança que eu tenho do meu pai sempre além do tempo, sempre à frente do tempo. Um homem guerreiro, um homem forte, determinado.
My dad is beyond of his time. He's a fighter, and he always. Ele sempre.
À frente do tempo, forte.
Yeah. He's a strong guy.
Então, ele sempre lutou por uma causa, mesmo sem saber.
He always fight for one goal without know. He always fight for black people, for black culture, and encourage them kids to not be afraid of the world.
Então isso me fez forte. Sempre estar além dos limites, né? Então é isso, a lembrança que eu tenho do Brasil. Eu já estou aqui há alguns anos. Estar na Irlanda sempre foi uma vontade do meu marido.
So, being in Ireland always was a desire of his husband. And she came to Ireland with him.
E a Irlanda me fez descobrir novos horizontes.
The Ireland made her discover new horizons.
Dar valor ao ser humano, independente da cor da pele ou da raça ou de que país ele seja.
Giving value to Ireland gave her knowledge about give value to the humanity. Doesn't matter the tone or the color of your skin.
Brilliant. No, that's super. So, and thank you so much for sharing that. That was lovely. So, what I'd love to go through now is each and every one of you are creative in your own way, whether that's through music or community building or by sharing different cultures and stuff like that. So, Toshin, we'll start with yourself. How has your heritage influenced your creativity and your music?
So I feel like being Irish, Nigerian, it's been a bit like difficult for me in a sense because obviously you look at me and you think, and I wear, by the way, I wear Ankara, so this is Ankara and an Ankara skirt. So it's kind of like the traditional clothing we wear in Nigeria. And when I was growing up, you know, I was very Irish and I spoke like this, and people were like, who's that girl? Why is she trying to be in, like, you know, I used to be called an Oreo basically, you know, who's that black girl trying to be white, you know? And I was just like, but I love my culture. I love being Irish, and I do love being black because I grew up with very intense Nigerian parents, and you know, there's 6 kids, so my house was crazy, you know. My mom and dad were very strict, so when I was at home, I really had that Nigerian culture, and you know, when I went to school and did other things, I was very, very Irish. So I was just like, okay, through my music, how can I make both of these cultures one? So this is how it happened. I'm a soul singer. I do a lot of like Aretha Franklin. I do a lot of my own original music, soul, funk, pop. And I was like, okay, how can I bring my Nigerian heritage into this, you know? And I was like, you know what? I love wearing Ankara. I love these colorful clothings. I'm going to make sure every single show I perform and I do, I'm going to wear my traditional Nigerian clothing. And my band, who are all white men, they're also going to wear this clothing to represent my culture. And they do. And I've been gigging for about 8 years, and there's not been a performance or a day that I am Toshin that I don't wear my traditional clothing. And I just feel like this has just really made me be able to mix both cultures together. And you know, people see me and they come to my shows, or they see my name on a poster, Toshin, and then they see me in this traditional clothing. So they come to my shows and they think they're going to hear like Afro beats or like some sort of maybe hip hop or like cultural kind of like music. But then I open my mouth and I'm singing like Aretha Franklin, and they're kind of like, okay, confused. And I'm like, as it should be. So that's how I mix my heritage.
That's brilliant. And Mitchell, a lot of your work is about community building, bringing people together, platforming people as well. And that's something that you've been doing for, you know, amazingly in Galway for a number of years. So tell us, how has your heritage kind of influenced your creative process?
Well, growing up, I grew up in a home. I grew up in a real traditional home. So my dad and my mom, they would host the traditional Igbo meetings. So the Igbo culture, living in Lagos, every end of the month they meet up and like they have like a community get together. So growing up, I saw that happen every end of the month, and that kind of influenced me in a major way because people come together. First of all, they have like an official meeting, and then it ends with food, dancing, and music. So, and I remember joining the band, playing the traditional like the bongos and the traditional instruments, just like as a 5-year-old. And this was my childhood. So when I finally came out here to this parts of the shores, and you know, I was in college, you know, we started a college radio show. It was the first of its kind. Myself and DJ Oz, just like playing traditional music like early Wizkid and Two-Face, and you know, the original Afrobeat artist, and just exposing Galway to that sound. And then slowly but surely it morphed into the event company, and the whole idea behind it was really to create a safe space for creatives to come together, network, and basically perform. And Galway has so many creative guys, so many creative girls, and it's basically an honor for me to host them, and it's something I really want to expand and take to another level. So I could see the connection there from my childhood to what I'm doing now, so it's all relative.
Brilliant, brilliant. And then over to yourself, Bob and Lays. So tell us, in running World Black Culture, how has your heritage and culture and history and growing up, how has that influenced your work in what you do at World Black Culture?
So in Brazil, I am a guarda. I'm a cop. 10 years. I still. I got licensed to stay in Ireland. Here, I can leave my hair grow. I can let my beard grow. So I can be myself. What I can say, when I come to Ireland, I felt empowered, you know, because the model of beautiful not in Ireland, but in Europe, is black people. I can see in the advertise more black people than in Brazil that I never saw in my life. I felt empowered, but I had the language barrier. When I start to learn more English, things start to get clearer in my mind. I start to see the racism. I start to see things properly, and it got me one insight like, what could I do to change that? In Brazil, as Garda, I used to do speech for kids, for young people, for old people about racism, about bullying, about the values of family. And so I met Laís in a podcast, Talkeando podcast, with the host Thales Andrade. And she told about a market that has in Brazil. The name is Feira Preta. And we try to bring to Ireland this concept. And so, since there, we start to talk with another black people. In the beginning, it was only Brazilians, but we start to see that we have loads of black people in Ireland that start giving us that inspiration. And so we started this project to help people to understand about the tones of skin, that it doesn't matter. In Brazil, we have this problem with mixed people that they, as me, they don't know if they are white or black. If they are black lighty, some people used to say, you're not black. And they get confused about this. And Laís do a really nice job with women and people that accept his blackhood.
Yeah.
So it's a big process. People that are struggling with, can I say, white culture, that your hair must be straight, your lips is too big and is ugly, and you need, and we start to do this to people accept his ancestrality, the tone of your skin, to love your life.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was something that I actually really struggled with as well, growing up as a mixed person as well.
Yeah.
Growing up in Ireland, that it was very difficult to find that space of where I fitted in, and understanding where the right place for me was in Ireland, because I wasn't black enough for the black kids, I wasn't white enough for the white kids either. So
one example is my girlfriend. She couldn't see me as a black person. She said, "You're Brazilian," and I was like, "No, I'm black. I'm Brazilian and black."
Yeah.
And she started to have more careful about.
Yeah.
We have a baby, Lily, and I told her, "Okay, you need to learn what is racism, because if one day our child suffer that, you need to know and have knowledge that is this."
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And she started to realize that she don't know anything.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And now she is more into a black culture.
Okay.
You know?
Brilliant. And Laís as well, something that you've been working in for a long time is hair. So you're a business person with hair. So tell us about the importance of working with Afro hair, and how hair is becoming more culturally prominent as we move on. I understand that might be difficult to translate. So.
Como o seu trabalho com tranças, com cabelo, como é trabalhar com essa cultura afro do cabelo, de ajudar pessoas nesse processo de aceitação da sua negritude?
É bem complexo.
It's complex.
Apologies.
Hoje eu tenho clientes.
Sim, clientes do mundo inteiro.
Today
she has clients of all the world.
Mas é muito bom fazer parte da vida das pessoas em relação da descoberta do próprio cabelo.
Is really nice. It's amazing to be part of the life of people that discover his blackhood by accept his hair, his tone of skin.
Eu atendi uma moça há algum tempo que ela foi descobrir que ela era preta aqui na Irlanda.
She did the hair of a person that discovered was black in Ireland.
É. E isso para mim é grandioso. Saber, né, que ela se abriu comigo, contou a história de como ela descobriu que ela era preta, porque ela vem de uma família miscigenada e ela tem a pele clara.
So was amazing to her to be part of her life, that person, because this person coming from a Michigan family, and she never noticed that she was black.
E eu tenho uma responsabilidade muito grande.
She has a big responsibility.
Na direção e no que dizer para essa pessoa e para todas as outras clientes que vêm para uma grande transformação.
She has a big responsibility to talk with these people. She tried to be really sensitive to talk with them and help them to accept it.
Brilliant. That's super. And I suppose the next question that I wanted to put to the panel was, who have been some of your inspirations, either in Ireland or abroad, that have inspired you in your work and in what you do?
In Ireland, in Ireland, obviously the Irish music scene is absolutely booming, and this is such a hard question because I could literally say about 10 people, but just like top of my head right now, who's really inspired me is CMAS. I discovered CMAS when I was just finishing college in BIM Dublin, and she's like similar age as me, but like she's just, I know she's a country singer, and I don't want to say I didn't rate country music, but I didn't rate country music. Let's be honest, I didn't rate country music for the longest time. But then when I discovered CMAS, I was just kind of like, she made it very fun and very real and very relatable. I know someone who was in a really dark place, and the CMAT album that's released last year like changed that person's life and perspective. Another band that has really inspired me is Brick Nasty. So funny story about Brick Nasty is the lead singer Johnny, he also went to BIM Dublin, and when I was in my third or final year in BIM, he was in his first year. And he came up to me in college and he was like, Toshin, you're doing bits, please give me advice. How can I, be like you? How can I get all these gigs? And I gave him all the advice I had and all the contacts I had. And just now seeing him where he is right now is just crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible.
He just released his EP yesterday and it's gotten over 10,000 streams.
Amazing.
So I'm like, I want to go to him now and be like, here, how can you help me, So I just feel like the music community is very we're such a big and tight community that one person can be low one day and tomorrow they can be literally high. And the thing is, we always want to help each other. So that's what I appreciate about the Irish community, the music community.
Absolutely. Mitch?
My inspiration for music comes from, first of all, just Africa, really. Like I said earlier on, growing up and seeing that the power of music, like music almost connects you to the spirits. Like music is not just for dancing. It's more than that. It cures depression. It could be a medicine. It could make you tap into spirituality. It's a form of communication. It's like music is so deep. People don't even understand how powerful music is. So I was highly influenced by American music. I'm not even going to lie or cap. I was a huge admirer of the New York rap scene and, the West Coast. Then Nigerian music started popping up, and that was like, wow, so this vibe is finally coming home. And today we have African artists being nominated for Grammy Awards, so it just goes to show that, music has no language, no race, no culture. It really is like a tool that unites us as a people. as humanity, and I just love it and just want to keep pushing it. Really,
Brilliant.
yeah.
And then over to yourselves, who have been some of your inspirations in the work that you do?
Quem é a sua inspiração no trabalho que a gente faz?
Primeira inspiração é os meus pais.
The first inspiration is my parents.
E eu tenho uma inspiração que é daqui da Irlanda, que chama Thiago Mascarenha.
I have a person that's inspiring me in Ireland. His name is Thiago Mascarenha. He is the owner of Seda College.
E vocês?
Leon, Black and Irish community.
Oh, shucks. Stop. Stop it right now. I don't know how to take compliments. Honest, but thank you so much.
Não, ele e todos, né, que a gente acabou pesquisando e descobrindo que abriram portas.
Okay, not only these people, but all the people too that we start to research and open doors for us. So I'm gonna make her words my word as well. My parents are my inspiration because they always believe on me. They always said, you're gonna change people's life. And yeah, I'm in Ireland doing that, helping people. And yes, Thiago Mascarenha is the person that believed in us. We went to him and we told the project, the things that we want to do, and he says, you need support. Black people need support, and your idea is amazing, and I'm gonna support you. And so he's the base of us. And for sure, you guys, Black and Irish, Leon, and the Black community, Irish is the base that inspires us to do more and make the name of our project true.
Really well. Look, that's fantastic stuff. So I suppose Live and Rising is all about bringing people together, highlighting the incredible talents that we have in Ireland, but focusing on, the pubs in Ireland who have given us creative spaces to be able to show our talents to the world and show, the amazing things that we're able to do. And it's been the start of so many, Black and Irish creatives' careers, such as the likes of Erica Cody. I know you started singing in a few pubs, didn't you, as well? Yeah. What pubs were you singing in?
I remember years ago. Do you remember Sweeney's
Yeah.
in Dublin? It wasn't Sweeney's anymore. So I did Sweeney's back in the day. I'm trying to think. In Dundalk, I used to do cafes during the summer, which is
Yeah.
real weird. I was desperate. I was like, I need to get a gig. So I went to cafes and I was like, can I just be singing like 5 songs in the corner and it'll be nice? And then I did, and they were really lovely. So I think because of obviously my Christian background, my mom I wouldn't say to my mom, I'm going to the pub. She'd be like, what? Why are you drinking? that kind of thing. So I was like, Mom, I'm going to go to a cafe and sing.
Yeah.
She was more okay.
100%. But that's it. But the pubs in Ireland have given us so much space to be able to create, to collaborate, to connect, to do some amazing things together. And this initiative by Guinness, the Live and Rising initiative, is given a platform to some amazing artists, not only in Dublin but around Ireland. And we can see this event now in Galway. We've got some incredible Galway acts as well. I know we've brought a couple across from Dublin, but the likes of Easy Livid, the likes of Marco and Kelvo, who are budding artists and who are super, super talented, to be able to give them the opportunity to perform in front of their city, which is such an amazing cultural city, is amazing. So shout outs to O'Connell's, shout outs to Guinness Live and Rising. It's been incredible. But look, we'll wrap up with one more question. What advice would you give to up and coming creatives in your area or in your scene? What would you like to say to someone who might be on the same path as you, to encourage them, to inspire them, to achieve the heights that everyone on this panel has achieved? So I'll start with yourself, Toshin.
I'll definitely say never give up. I know it's such a ironic answer, but honestly, never give up. I've been doing music for 8 years now, and I've been knocked down so many times, but you know, it doesn't faze me. The more when someone knocks me down, you know, I stand up and I rise up, you know, 10 times harder, and I keep going. So never give up. And you know, as black people, you know, people will look at you different, or they'll be like, they won't rate you till they see that actual talent in you. Like the amount of times that, you know, I go around to venues, or I email so many venues every week, and I was like, I want to play a gig, or I want to do this, you know, and they will always ask, oh, do you have a video, or do you have this, or can I get this demographic, you know. They don't actually believe in you till they actually see that talent. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people know my name, but they're like, oh, I've seen you before, I've heard you before, sorry, but I've actually never seen you, you know, and they don't like rate me. But then when they see me, they're like, you know, email me, oh, when can I get you, when's next, you know. So don't ever give up, and you know your worth for sure.
Brilliant. Over to yourself, Mitch.
Well, I'm just gonna echo what Toshin said there. Don't give up. It does sound generic, but like it's so important to keep the fire burning, because I mean, like they say, nothing good comes easy, so you just gotta keep the fire burning. Find a creative team or creative space and just go there, network with people, talk to people of like minds, travel. Don't feel restricted in a particular community. Feel free to move around and just tap into the opportunities and potentials out there, and just keep the fire burning. Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're doing right now, isn't it, in terms of connecting scenes that normally haven't interacted in the past. Like, you know, you're doing amazing things in Galway, we're doing stuff in Dublin. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't be connecting more. Do you know what I mean? And trying to do, and like now we're gonna have to bring you over to Dublin, and 100%. Now the hotel room might be a little bit sketchy now, but look, you can sleep on my couch. But look, over to yourselves at World Black Culture. What advice would you have for young creatives, or young business people, or people who are just trying to create something and put it out to the world? What advice would you have for them?
A primeira coisa é conhecer nossos ancestrais.
The first thing is know about your ancestral.
A nossa história.
Our history.
Porque eles eram um ser muito forte para aguentar, para passar pelo que eles passaram, para que nós pudéssemos estar aqui hoje.
They passed for hard times to us being here now.
E assim a gente consegue construir uma base mais forte para poder ensinar essa geração que está vindo agora com uma base e é isso.
Yeah. By this, we can build a strong base for the new generation that is coming and rising, yeah, with new culture, with new things in us life.
Amazing.
What I can say is never forget your ancestrality. Learn about knowledge is freedom. As they said, never give up. Never give up, because if you do now, your people in the future gonna know, gonna learn, and they gonna do different. So don't think oh, I gonna wait someone do something, but do now. Don't have afraid to do something. That's it.
Amazing, super. Well, look, everyone, that draws an end to the panel. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's participated in the panel, being Bob, Lies from World Black Culture, Mitch, who's doing amazing things in Galway, and the incredibly talented Toshin. The Guinness Live and Rising project is going to be running over the next 12 months all over Ireland. And if you want to catch Black and Irish, you can catch us at black_and_Irish on Instagram, on Twitter, or wherever you do socials. So look, thanks a million for everyone who's listened in as well. This has been one of the coolest panels I've ever taken part in, so thank you so much. And thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you, everybody.
Galway.
Playing the Lord, Guinness and we sip champagne. What was you in the freezing cold?